Hey guys, and welcome to History Saver Live right here on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining in. And guys, this is this is my second I guess third live stream that I've done, and it's pretty cool to actually be able to do a live stream on one of these MREs. And the big thing is tonight I'm kind of tired, so excuse that. Been going all day long. Went to a safari. Got the dog even hungry beside me. He's full right now. Some of the things you just can't control. And hopefully this video is not going to lag any. Hopefully everything shows up great. Of course, I can't go back and watch it until after the live stream's done. But first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to Nathan's MRE. Thank you for taking the time yesterday in your live stream to call me out, buddy, and kind of advertise my channel for me a little bit. I'm just getting started doing this, and it's a work in progress. It actually takes a long time to get, first of all, comfortable with doing this. But my advice to someone wanting to do this and being someone just starting out is just go for it. I mean, I enjoy doing these things, and the whole reason why I do what I do, and I want to give you a little bit of background about that, it's kind of in my name, History Saver. My whole life I've been around preserving history, work in the historical field, writing, working for museums, I mean, just all kinds of different things. And hey, Marilyn, good to see you. Thank you for joining the live stream. And I think you're the only person actually in here right now, but that what I was saying, you know, just as a support you guys are giving me is kind of giving me the mindset to keep going. The support that Nathan's MRE is giving me is just, man, I can't even tell him how thankful I am for helping me out, kind of taking me up under his wing, showing me some things, and basically promoting yourself in the right way and doing the videos in the right way. And, you know, I can't thank him enough for doing that. And guys, please go check out his channel. He has some awesome videos, some great reviews. He's one of the best on YouTube. And in my opinion, he is, you know, actually the best on YouTube because of just his attitude. He's got a good attitude, carries himself great, he's a great person. But, you know, being in the history field, always working in the history field, I've always been interested in the rations. I've studied Civil War rations in depth. Older rations from colonial days during the American Revolution in depth, War of 1812. And it's cool when you think about it, when you look at the modern MREs and modern rations from around the world, the similarities they have are astounding. And my favorite thing when I always open up a ration to take a look at is crackers. And the reason for that is crackers have been a staple of military since almost the beginning of time. If you go back and look during the Revolutionary War, crackers were a staple. During the Civil War, of course, everyone has heard about the infamous hardtack cracker. And if you guys watched the Lithuanian video I done last night that went up today, those crackers in that Lithuanian ration were hard as rocks. And Marilyn, I think you mentioned it earlier, if you take those crackers and actually soak them in some water or coffee or whatever it may be, they soften up. And that's the same thing they've done during the Civil War with this hardtack, is in order to eat these things, they would have to actually soak them in some type of water to be able to actually make them edible. And those crackers last night, I took a little piece of one, and it took me forever to chew up. I mean, it was just hard as a rock. The things wouldn't break. But that was cool to see those and to see the similarities of how they have changed and how they have not changed. So it's pretty cool when you open up a ration and you see that stuff. And this is part of history. This is part of historic preservation, because these things change over time. But one thing an army always has to have is some kind of food staple to go on. So tonight I do have one of my favorite foods. I play a lot of ice hockey, and a lot of the guys I play with are Canadian. And they've always told me about poutine. I mean, most of these guys are crazy about it. I've had real Canadian poutine, and I found this Canadian ration after I've been looking for a while, a Canadian poutine ration, and I'm very excited to check it out because poutine is one of my favorite foods. So I'm excited to check it out. And if you see on it here, you have the Canadian flag, Poutine, or the Canadian symbol with the maple leaf, Poutine, IMP 16 RSC, menu number 15, military ration, not for resale. And on the back of the ration here, you have this cool little scan thing for your phone. You actually scan that and it takes you to their Facebook page, which I've done that, and it's actually cool to go check those guys out on Facebook. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna pop this open, and it comes in like this brown paper bag type thing. And let's see, pop it open, and it is actually got some tinfoil material here, and that's basically to help with the preservation of it. And this comes from MRE Zone. Go check those guys out online. I get a lot of MREs from those guys and different rations, and I check them out. And that's already cool as can be. You get a full-size Snickers bar in this thing, and I like Snickers. You can't go wrong with Snickers. That's pretty cool. All right, never had a Canadian ration before now, so this is my first, and I'm just so happen to get it in my favorite, one of my favorite Canadian foods of all time, poutine. This is marked dessert. You have your nutritional information here. This is going to be sliced pears. You have your ingredients there. So really going to be really nice to check that out. And hope this video is not lagging again. Of course, I have no way of knowing that. So tortillas, that's pretty cool. You get a little thing of tortillas. And the back's just blank. So nutritional information, everything's on the front. Resembles actually American MRE style packaging. This is going to be fruit punch. So that's pretty cool. Decided to check that out. Then you have a tropical trail mix, which is pretty cool. I'm interested to check that out. And I will have to go and actually view that video from Foreign MRE. I've checked out some of Foreign MRE's videos. What about the crackers? Hopefully I got some in here, I hope. So, but I didn't want to check out this in particular ration because I was so excited about it. It's one of my favorite Canadian foods, so I didn't want to kind of spoil it for myself. I kind of want to check it out for myself. So I'm hoping this thing is actually going to be good and near real, tasting like real poutine. Got a little package of peanut butter, and we have some matches, strawberry jam, and a beverage baggie. And check this thing out. It actually will stand up. You know, America needs to take some notes because that beverage bag we have in American MREs sucks. That thing will not stay up by itself anyway. You have to lay it down somewhere, and half the time it ends up busting open on you. So, yeah, we really need to take some notes from Canada and try to get some beverage bags like this. Got some Frank's Red Hot Sauce, and a lot of people in Canada love Frank's. Got some Nescafé coffee, and sweet and creamy, which if you guys do not know this, in Canada, you have a place called Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is a coffee shop as much like Starbucks here. Tim Hortons, I wish we had more Tim Hortons here in America because I love Tim Hortons. And, you know, Canadians are very kind of cool. They have a cool way of doing their coffee. They'll tell you something like a 2 and 2 or something like that. And a lot of them like their coffee sweet and creamy. So I'm interested to check that out. Excited to check that out because I love Tim Hortons, and hopefully it'll kind of take me back there. You got some napkins, and you actually get a pretty durable napkin here. So that's pretty cool. At least you get a somewhat great napkin. And then you got a spoon. Now these guys need to take notes from us on spoons because this spoon is flimsy. So hopefully that will not break on us. But it is pretty long. We just need to add the length. I'm from Alabama, so yeah, you can excuse my accent. I'm from very south Alabama, right along the beach. So yeah, it's I have an accent to me. A lot of people ask me about that, and that's the reason why. Can't get rid of it. Can't shake it. You also get some Tic Tacs, a very little small pack of Tic Tacs. I think it's got 4 in there. But like Tic Tacs, so that's pretty cool. It's better than laxative gum, I will tell you that. A lot better than laxative gum. And but yeah, I'm from Alabama. I do play ice hockey in Florida. I played semi-pro for a couple of years. Well, I was a backup semi-pro player, but I still play now, and I travel a lot playing hockey. But season's off right now, and I played a game in a tournament a couple of weeks ago. So I'm done until October. This is Poutine. This is what I've been waiting for. And man, I hope this thing is actually good. And what I'm not going to do, because I have not prepared for it, and I just noticed this thing comes with no heater. Comes with no heating element, unless it's inside the main course box. And we'll find that out in a minute. If not, then this poutine will have to be eaten cold, which is okay, because I'm gonna actually probably save it if it's actually worth it. So we're gonna go ahead. We are gonna get our plate out. And we're gonna set it up here. I don't wanna say tray, because, you know, for obvious reasons, other guys' signature is, let's get it onto a tray. I want to be a little bit different. I don't want to copy anybody. So I'm calling mine a plate, and my signature trademark is this canteen cup, which I call Old Faithful. This thing has been around for a few years, and I do have a couple of canteen cups. For some reason, I like collecting canteens. I have several World War II canteens. I have a couple that's actually got bullet holes through them. But it's pretty cool. Got names etched in them, and it's cool to think about where those things have been. We got the tortillas. We got your sliced pears, which I'm gonna go ahead and get out the box. And since this video is live, this is the unedited version. So you guys will probably just have to bear with some of what goes on because I can't edit anything out. And these comes from Baxter's, which is a Canadian company, and that's gonna be the sliced pears. So we're gonna set those right there. Got your tropical trail mitts. I'm just gonna set those by the tortillas for now. And of course you got the poutine here. Good evening, Foxabillo. How you doing? Thank you for joining us, and hope you enjoy it. Like I said, this is only my second live stream that I've done with the ration. The Russian, I couldn't figure out any other way to do it. It was just so large. The Russian 24-hour ration I'd done last week. I mean, it was just so large, I couldn't figure out how to do it any other way. I don't want to sit there and do all the editing on that. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just try a live stream on it. So that's what I've done, and turned out okay. So how's it going, Robert Russell? Thank you for joining us, and hope you enjoyed the video. And he got another bag from Baxter's. This is gonna be the poutine. So Baxter's is a Canadian company. I have watched other reviews of Canadian MREs, and everyone I've watched is excellent. They seem like they have some of the best MREs for some reason. So I'm on 30 Tic Tacs and the Snickers right there, and that's probably one of my favorite parts already is you get a Snickers bar. I mean, come on. You can't go wrong with a Snickers bar. And you get some Frank's Red Hot Sauce, throw it right there. And I'm actually gonna go ahead before my water gets cold that I've preheated, and I'm going to put in this coffee, and because the other reason is I'm really anxious to get in this coffee because it's sweet and creamy. In Canada, if you go over there, you go to Tim Hortons. Canadians are different with their coffee. You ask for 2 and 2 or things like that, and it's how many sugars and creamers they take, and they know their coffee, believe it or not. And oh man, this stuff smells excellent. It smells like some of the coffee I've actually had in Canada. And I just can't wait to taste this stuff. I mean, because it's very cool. One, you don't have to add any sugar or creamer or anything. It's already in here. And that comes from Nescafé. So it's got to be pretty good. We're going to go ahead and we're going to mix this up. And guys, thank you again for all the support you're giving me as I'm starting out on this YouTube channel. New at it. I'm going to make mistakes along the way, so just bear with me. And that's the process of it, is learning. And Nathan's MRE, you know, I can't say thank you enough to him for taking me under his wing and helping me out. Thank you to MRE Zone, Foreign MRE for sending me some stuff over. They threw in some extras with the last packages they sent me. They knew I was going for this, and they wanted to help me out. So thank you so much to those guys. And yes, There's a few Tim Hortons in America, and I wish there were more. I'm in South Alabama. There's no Tim Hortons anywhere remotely around here. We got plenty of Starbucks, but no Tim Hortons, and Starbucks doesn't compare to Tim Hortons to me. So I'm very excited and interested to see what this tastes like, because I hope this takes me back to some hockey days over in Canada. So let's try this out. And guys, I can assure you, this stuff is excellent. That is some very good coffee. It's got the strength. It's not cut down any. It's not watered down. It's exactly sweet enough, exactly creamy enough. That is one of the best MRE cups of coffee I have ever had, honestly. I mean, just hands down, that is one of the best tasting MRE cups of coffee I've ever had. And yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this. Okay, but we can't sit here and drink coffee all night. We've got other stuff to get to. Now, this did not come with a heater. So I have no water preheated, standing by. I didn't think of that. I just automatically assumed it would come with a heater, but it didn't, which is okay, because we're gonna try it out anyway, and if it's good, it's still gonna be good. It'll be even better heated, but it'll be good. So we're gonna try that main course cold right now. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get peaches, and we're gonna try to tear these open. Well, it's got a scissor mark there. So we'll just go with a knife. We'll make it easy and quick. How about that? Let's cheat a little bit. All right. Throw that in our bag, and let's, ooh, almost made a mess. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about, unedited version. Those peaches look good. They're a little yellow. I mean, yeah, they're a little yellow, but they look great. They smell good too. And I'm gonna wipe this juice off of me. But that's what I'm talking about, unedited versions of these MRE reviews. You get spills all the time, especially when you're trying to film and do this stuff at the same time. That's one of the hardest lessons I'm learning, is exactly how hard it actually could be sometimes. But anyway, moving on, we have a tropical trail mix. I'll go ahead and pop that open. And looking forward to that. Oh man, that looks good already. Got some pineapple in there, some almonds, peanuts. I'm not a big nut person, but I will eat nuts from time to time. And keep those comments to yourself. But anyway, that's some pretty good looking nuts. We also have blueberry jam, raspberry jam, and peanut butter here. And we have some tortillas, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen tortillas coming to MRE in a long time. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take these tortillas out. There you go. There's your tortillas, and you get 2 of them. And then we can go with the peanut butter and raspberry jam later on with those, or at least with one of them. And we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna grab our Old Faithful canteen cup here. And we are gonna add in this Fruit Punch sports drink. And I actually wanna take a smell of this and see how it smells. That stuff actually smells really good. So I don't know if it's gonna taste like Gatorade, but we'll see. All right, got it into the canteen cup. We're gonna take some of our fake bottle water here, because I don't like water out of a tap. You never know what's in the stuff, so. And it always tastes funny to me. And, but you know what? I just thought about it. I have this beautiful beverage bag. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save this though, and I completely forgot about it. It's my fault. We'll save that though. That most definitely, we'll use that in our next Canadian Ration video. And yeah, it is a pretty bright red. And there you go. It's a pretty bright red, and it smells really good though. And you know, you get these MREs, and the Tang one is my favorite. The orange one is definitely one of my favorites. I haven't really had a fruit punch I like too much. A lot of them end up tasting like cough syrup to me, and I can't stand the taste of cough syrup. Other people like them, but just my taste buds don't agree with it. So I'm interested to see how this thing is going to taste, and we're going to find out right now. So let's get this stuff and try it out. That is actually very good. It's not too sweet, not too watery, and it does not have that cough syrup taste, thank God. That's actually really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, and the second taste is even better. So definitely a 2 thumbs up for that. This stuff is pretty damn good. And we're gonna take it, we're gonna set it right here, if you're there. All right, so as I was saying earlier, we do not have a ration heater for this. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this stuff cold because I'm really excited to see how poutine out of a ration is gonna taste. I love poutine in Canada. I love poutine. Anywhere I've ever had it, I've liked it. And you can tell right away, you can see how it's kind of got the imitation French fries in there. And for those of you that does not know what poutine is basically French fries with some beef and gravy. It's basically fries and gravy with some roast beef and stuff in it. And it's also got some cheese, and sometimes you could throw mushrooms and all kinds of good stuff in it. So it's basically a French fry stew almost. And this stuff smells amazing, looks amazing. And man, I'm hoping those, I'm kind of scared of these imitation potatoes. I'm not gonna lie, but or freeze-dried potatoes, or however you want to say it. But they done a very good job making these things look like fries, and it actually resembles poutine. It looks like poutine, and I think this is gonna be. See here, I think that's gonna be actually chicken or inside of that, and checking a bag here. Let's see, well, the box. Let's go for the box. And you can see the ingredients right here. Let's see, water French fries. Let's see, white chicken meat, cheese. So it does have cheese in it as well, which is, like I was saying, a lot of the guys I play hockey with that are from Canada, they're all Canadian, French Canadian. These guys love poutine. And anytime I've ever been around up there, I've had poutine, and it's one of my favorite things in the world. If you haven't tried the real thing, you've got to. This stuff is amazing. And you'll have beef and gravy and cheese, and you can throw in mushrooms and all kinds of stuff on top of French fries, and it's just like, I mean, it's literally like heaven to me. I love it. It's one of my favorite foods. So we're going to get a piece here, spoonful here. Make sure we have some potatoes and chicken and gravy in there. And drum roll, guys, as I taste my ever first ration poutine. Oh my God. That's freaking good. That is freaking awesome. I mean, even cold. It's just a lot better heated up. But we didn't have, I thought it was gonna come with a heater, so I didn't preheat any water, and I've already started live stream, so that's kind of out of the question to go and do that. But this stuff is really good, even cold. Someone just commented that you wanted to try the exact same ration. Man, I suggest doing it. This thing, you cannot go wrong with it. Best place to find some of these MREs, I always go to MRE Zone or Foreign MRE. That's some of the best place to find these. I've got this exact one from MRE Zone, and I always have been using. I've been using so far MRE Zone, Foreign MRE, and you can also go to Rations and More. You can find him on eBay, and he also has a website. But MRE Zone is where I got this one from, and I actually think he's got some more in stock. So I recommend going and getting this thing from MRE Zone. It's at a decent, cheap price. Ordered a ton of MREs from this guy, a ton of different rations. Ordered a ton of different rations from Foreign MRE, and they even threw in some MRE Zone threw in some extras with it. So I mean, those guys treat you right, and it only took like 2 days to get to me after I ordered it, and I ordered it on a Sunday night. So, I mean, their shipping is like extremely fast. So I definitely recommend going and seeing those guys, checking those guys out, and getting your stuff from those guys, because they have a ton of different rations from all over the world. And the Russian ration I done actually come from them also, the Russian 24-hour ration, and they had a decent price on it. So go check those guys out. Nathan's MRE, he runs a store on Amazon too. And from time to time, you'll be able to find different things on his store. So go check it out, his Amazon store, and see what he's got. But yeah, you can find these kinds of rations all over the place. You just have to look. This poutine just took me a while to track down because I didn't realize MRE Zone actually had it until I got on their website. And then when I found it, man, I was so excited that my hands were shaking. I couldn't even hardly order the thing because I was just so excited to try it out. And I'm gonna get another bite of this stuff. Yeah, this poutine is definitely worth it. This is some good poutine, especially for a ration. It definitely comes close to the real thing. So, yeah, I definitely recommend this ration. I could eat this all the time. Probably be big as a house if I'd done that. But yeah, I would definitely recommend getting the poutine ration, the poutine Canadian ration. I mean, this thing is good. We're gonna move on, and let me clear out here. All right, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get these peaches, or pears, excuse me. Keep on calling them peaches because I done. Oh, thank you a lot, Robert. I really appreciate that. And but I keep on calling these peaches because last night in the Lithuanian ration, I mean not in Lithuanian, but the other night in the Chinese ration, I've done so many rations back to back here in the last few weeks. I'm starting to get them all mixed up. But in the Chinese ration, I have peaches. Peaches are actually good. The egg roll thing was kind of, it wasn't really, I thought it was an egg roll, but it was actually dumplings. And they looked weird as hell when I opened it up. I was scared to death of even trying the things. But they actually taste just like dumplings you get at a Chinese buffet. So it was pretty decent. And the noodles were great. But I keep on calling these pears peaches because I'm thinking about that. But these pears do excellent. They come packaged in a ration from Baxter's, which is a Canadian company. And that's what they look like up close. They got a kind of a tint to them, but let's see how they taste. Those things are really good. I love pears, and I actually like canned pears. I do like the taste of them just because of the syrup in them. And these taste exactly like a canned pear. The dumplings gave me the Hershey squirts. They didn't mess with me. There were only 2 of them in there, but they were really good. Thank God I didn't get that. I've been worried to death that one of these, on one of these videos, the outcome would be exactly that, something like food poisoning or something like that. And I think Nathan made a comment to me yesterday about MRE. I'm thinking about a ration I'm thinking about trying. He said, well, don't blame me if you get food poisoning. So, Nathan, I'm not going to blame you if I get food poisoning, but I do want to try it out for myself. I don't want to break the news and give it away as to what ration this is. I think you guys will know whenever the video pops up. But I'm very scared to try this thing out. I'm more scared than the World War II Canadian survival ration I done a few weeks ago. And that thing was pretty gnarly. But it worse. I'm gonna try a little bit of this trail mix. I'm not a big peanut fan or any kind of nut fan, but I do want to try some of it out. And this got, of course, trail mix has a dried fruit in it, and this has got the same thing. So let's try it out here. Not bad. It's actually salted, which you normally do not find, or I haven't found so far, in all the nuts I've been getting with rations. Usually they're unsalted and stale. These are actually very good, and this is a newer MRE. This is still in date. But, those are salted, which kind of just blows me away because I have not run across some salted peanuts yet. Because some guys can't have salt. Some soldiers cannot have salt or too much of it. And one of the reasons why it is probably salted is because of being in the Middle East right now. They need some more salt intake because they're losing so much. So that could be the reason why. But they are salted, which makes those things even better. And those are actually good. I'm not a big nut fan, but I can actually eat that. It is pretty good nuts. Everything I've tried in this MRE so far has been excellent. And I'm just kind of laughing at backtracking at what I'm saying here. Some of it don't come out right, but that's the beauty of unedited video. Am I correct? But anyway, this MRE is produced greatly. I mean, this thing is excellent. This is as good as having a hot meal in a cafeteria somewhere so far. So that's a pretty good thing, and I would not mind at all trying another one of these out. So far, this has been my favorite. Hands down, this has been my favorite I've tried so far. The Russian, if you guys watched the Russian video, I did learn one thing I do not like in these MREs is liver pate. Liver pate is horrible. And the French MREs, they're generally pretty good MREs. But the French ration I got had that liver pate in it, and it tasted like absolute crap. It tasted like eating a can of dog food, basically. And I don't want to repeat that again. I don't know if I could bring myself to try some more liver pate from a French ration. But if I get one that has it in it, I probably will, but I'm not going to enjoy it. Right now, I'm going to just slice this open. And we are going to put this on the tortilla that they gave us with this MRE. And I'm just thinking to myself, thank God this isn't that weird bread that we get in these American MREs. The bread that comes in these American MREs, I cannot stand, just because you could taste so much of the preservatives in it, and it's just outright weird. It really is. It's weird, and it doesn't taste good at all. And no, this MRE did not come with crackers, which I'm really let down about. I was really looking forward to trying some of the crackers that's in one of these Canadian rations. But we got the raspberry jam. We're going to put that on there too. So I'm let down about that. So I'm going to have to get some more Canadian rations to make sure it has crackers in it, because I really want to check that out. And this is going to be a peanut butter and jelly tortilla. And I'm very excited to check this out and see how this tastes. We're going to take a knife here and just see what's around. I got 2 or 3 knives sitting around me, so it's okay. But spread this out a little bit. And let's try this out and see how it does. Tastes like peanut butter and jelly. The jelly's really good. It's not runny. It's thick, so the oils haven't settled in it, which is very good. The peanut butter is the same way. A lot of peanut butter you have to actually massage it to get the oils settle back in the butter itself. So didn't have to do that with this one, which this is a new MRE. This is a current MRE, so it's, I wouldn't expect to have to do that too much with this, but that jelly isn't too sweet. It's just right. The peanut butter is excellent tasting. It's got a different taste. I've noticed that too. The hamburger buns. I was kind of hoping this one had hamburger buns in it instead of tortillas. But we did get the tortillas, and I wanted to kind of try the hamburger bun out just to see, what kind of taste it had, and if it was stale or hard at all, or, just to see how it was. The coffee. Man, this coffee is excellent. And I was saying with Canada, you have Tim Hortons. And with me playing hockey a lot, a lot of the Canadians I play with, when you ask them if they want to get a cup of coffee and how they would like their coffee, they would tell you something weird, like a 2 and 2 or something like that. And basically, it's how many sugars and creamers they take. But this is Nescafé coffee. It comes sweet and creamy, and it's in French right here at the bottom. If you're French Canadian, a lot of Canadians speak English, and a lot of them speak French, according to where you are in Canada. But this is sweet and creamy Nescafé coffee. It's already got the creamer and sugars mixed in with it. It's basically a 2 and 2. And the 3-in-1 style. It kind of tastes like a 2 and 2 to me. It's not too sweet, not too creamy. And it looks great. And this coffee smells great and tastes great. I wish I could actually buy these somewhere online. I'm going to have to look. I'm sure there's somewhere. But buy these singles online somewhere so I can take them to work with me. Because I would drink that like every day, 2 or 3 times a day, no problem. I mean, this stuff is really good. It's got a really good taste. It does not have that instant coffee taste to it too much that you usually get. And I don't really like the instant coffee taste that much. I love fresh coffee. Nice, nice. I may have to get with you and get some of that. But the instant coffee taste I'm not too keen on. But this doesn't have too big of an instant coffee taste. And if you guys want to try a really good coffee, highly suggest this. If you can find this online, pick it up because this is great. It doesn't have that big instant coffee taste. And I have this poutine. This poutine is excellent. I actually want to eat some more of this stuff. I think I just dropped some. Yeah, I did. Be okay. It's all going in the same spot anyway. But you can see the, like I was saying, the French fries that they put in here. They actually made an effort to make these things look like actual French fries, and they even put it on the ingredients box French fries. And French fry cut potatoes, which is awesome that they've done that because it makes it look, like real poutine, and this stuff actually tastes great. But that's the poutine there, and it's got chicken in with it. It does have cheese mixed in with it, but the cheese is actually mixed in, and you can't even tell by looking at it. It's got the cheese in it, but it is on the ingredients in the box. But I'm gonna take this Frank's Red Hot because I want to try some of this stuff out, and I think I'm gonna add it to a spoon of this poutine. I'm not big on hot stuff. I hate buffalo wings. I'm just not a big heat person. I kind of ruined that for myself doing some Carolina Reaper challenges. But I want to try out some of this Frank's hot sauce, and I put a whole bunch on there actually, but let's go for it. Okay. Holy shit, that's pretty spicy to me. Oh, it's got a good taste to it though. Woo. Does it taste like Tabasco? No, it does not. It's got a different taste than Tabasco. It's got more of a vinegary taste to it. You can really taste the vinegar in it. Excuse me. But it does have a really good taste to it. It's not too big of a heat. It's almost just like the right amount, the right measure of heat on it. So it's pretty hot. And but yeah, it's pretty good. I will recommend Frank's Red Hot Sauce. I'm not too big on hot stuff, but that actually tastes pretty good. And I'm gonna open up the Snickers bar because I just want to see how well this thing is actually kept. Wipe up some mess here, but I want to see how well this thing is actually kept in this ration, and if it's starting to turn white at all. Like I said, this is a newer MRE, but as we're opening up here, you can see may have a little bit on there, but not bad, and it's still soft. So let's check it out. But yeah, that's a Snickers bar. It tastes great, and yeah, I want to definitely try to look for some of that instant coffee. I wish I could find it around here where I live, but honestly, let me stop chewing. But okay, I can't eat too much more of that just because of caramel in it. It's hard to talk with that stuff. But you can't find too much of this stuff around here because basically I live in the boondocks. I live in South Alabama. I'm just a few minutes from the beach. And there's honestly not a lot of stuff around here. I live in the Mobile, Alabama area. And we have a lot of stuff there, but we do not have too many international food stores. And the ones that are there carry more of the halal meat and things like that instead of, European foods. And that's what I'm real big into is European type foods. And this coffee is it's very good, and I love it. And I'm definitely going to check out and try to find this. I may get with you actually and try to find some of this. So yeah, anywhere you could tell me where this stuff may be, I'll be interested to check it out because I definitely want to get a few boxes of this because this is something I will drink every day. Of course, being at work, I'm on the road sometimes and I can't, stop and make a cup of coffee. I usually have to stop and buy some. But this is just like I like it. It takes me back to what some of these guys will play hockey with drink and that they've had me drink from Tim Hortons. This is kind of close to it. And hockey season don't start back up till October for me. So I don't get back on the ice until then. And some of those guys that I play with, they make it bring some back down from Canada with them at some point for me, which I may look into that. But, you know, this stuff is excellent, and I love it. And I will be drinking all of that, by the way. But I haven't even hardly touched this stuff anymore. But this is basically the Canadian Poutine ration here. And guys, this thing is amazing. This is one of the best rations I've ever had. And I highly recommend you guys getting this and checking this out. And MRE Zone has these. They had this exact menu. I think they still have some in stock. So go check them out. Get some from those guys. And I highly recommend it. Everything in this thing is just absolutely amazing. And if I eat all of this, I'll probably be big as a house. And I ate Mexican tonight, so it may not be a good idea to mix too much of this on the top of Mexican and it's late. But guys, I really want to tell you, I appreciate all of your support, especially me just getting started. I'm still learning this. I'm still learning the proper ways of doing this. And it's an art just to be able to shoot this stuff. And luckily I've had people like Nathan, Nathan's MRE, that has taken me in, kind of up under his wing, has given me some advice. We had a nice, really long phone call the other day. And the advice he had for me was amazing. He's very great at what he does. He's very good at it. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the support, Foxabillo. And Nathan is a cool guy. I mean, just, you know, he right at the start, first time I contacted him, he's like, dude, it looks great. I've got some pointers I'd like to give you. Just call me, you know, get in contact with me. Let's talk about it, and, you know, let me see if I can help you out. And, you know, not a lot of guys do that. And it's something that we should all do, because the reason why I do this is for history preservation. I'm real big in the history industry. That's what I do. That's what I work in, is historic preservation. And I'll do that for a day job. And I do a lot of that also voluntarily without pay, and I travel to a lot of places and see a lot of cool things. But, you know, what I do doesn't matter, it's what others learn. And one of the aspects to military history is the rations. It's one of the things I've always been interested in, is studying how these guys in different countries and different armies have eaten since, you know, forever. I mean, you know, before the Revolutionary War, you had, you know, Waterloo and things like that. You know, it's cool to see what these guys lived on and how they lived on, you know, because they had a march on, yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say, an army marches on the stomach. And during the Civil War, I've done a lot of Civil War studies. Those guys honestly didn't have a whole lot because of just what was going on. And the hardtack cracker, that's the reason why I love crackers so much, is crackers, like I said earlier in this video, have been a staple for a military since the beginning. And you can learn a lot just on rations, military rations, just by studying crackers and how they've actually evolved. And to see what's very cool to see is look at rations now from all over the world, even here in the United States. Crackers are still in them. Crackers are still a staple in military rations. And it's a cool thing to see, like the Lithuanian crackers I had last night. Man, they're hard as a brick. They closely resembled, to me, Civil War hardtack crackers, because you would have to soak them things in some water or coffee or whatever to actually get them edible. And I couldn't even chew those things last night. Somebody commented today they were good for breaking teeth. Those things almost broke my teeth last night too. And I couldn't eat them. And oh, wow, you've actually ate some hardtack. Well, man, you're a lot braver than I am, because I don't know. I saw Steve's video where he actually ate some hardtack. And I couldn't imagine, man, putting something 150, 170 years old in my mouth. And if I had it, I probably would do it. Not going to lie, I probably would try it out. You know, just even if it was a crumb, I probably would do it. But you know, just looking, when you watch that kind of stuff, you're just like, why? And then when it's you, it's a different story. You kind of sit there and go, yeah, I would do that. But, you know, Civil War hardtack is something that's very uncommon to come by now. Original Civil War hardtack. You can find it, but it's very hard to find, and I'm sure it was very weird and funky. Back during the war, they had those things, and one of the things that a lot of soldiers talked about in some of the studies I've done for my, doing my history work, is studying the life of those guys as they were marched from place to place and from battle to battle, skirmish to skirmish. And they would talk about the hardtack and having boll weevils in them and maggots and different bugs. And they would just eat it anyway. They would, put it in some coffee, it would float to the top of the coffee, they just pick it out. Or they'd burn it out sometimes, or they'll just eat it with it in it. And, those guys, I just went to show you, they didn't have a whole lot of food. They would eat parched corn a lot of times. Most of their food, if not 90% of their food, come from scavenging. It come from looting towns and houses and fields, and that's where most of their food actually come from. And that's the way it was, not just during the Civil War, but also during the American Revolution, during the War of 1812. You could go back forever, and you see different rations that they actually pack for the Army, but the Army will also scavenge, which is cool to see because things like nuts, they had a lot of nuts they would actually eat. And even with the tortillas, that comes from Mexican rations. During the Alamo, the Mexican Army lived on these things during the Battle of the Alamo and during the Mexican War. So that's one cool fact about that. And it's cool to go back and look at that stuff. And, to see how military rations have evolved over time is something neat to see. So that's some of the reason why I do what I do. That's the reason why I love doing this. And, yeah. And that's basically what they thought too is, I just read your comment about the crackers in Russia. Adding extra protein, exactly. It's meat for those guys. But it just added to their diet. And but basically that's the reason why I like doing this. And it's cool. It's like opening a capsule. When you get one of these rations and you open it up, you don't know what's going to come out of it for sure. Even if you read online, when you order one, sometimes they have what the menu consists of, or you research what the menu consists of as you're researching rations. And you still never know what you're going to get because you get things like this, little bags of Tic Tacs is pretty cool, or Snickers bars. Actually, this one didn't tell me it come with a Snickers bar when I was reading through it. It didn't tell me it come with Tic Tacs. So I was just more concerned about this poutine because this stuff is one of my favorite foods in the world, actually. It's one of my favorite things to get. And I don't get it very much, living in South Alabama. Nobody knows what poutine is. I know what it is because I've played ice hockey. I've been around hockey for most of my life. And that's, a lot of Canadians. I got a lot of Canadian friends, and they introduced me to this stuff, and I love it. The other thing is that, just it's cool opening these things up just to see what's inside, and then doing the reviews on them and hearing you guys' comments and what different people have experienced with this stuff, and just some of the knowledge people have about this stuff. Like some of you guys that's been commenting throughout the day-to-day have been telling me about the MRE I got last night with a zip tie in it on the Lithuania, and I was kind of like, a zip tie in a ration. What the hell is a zip tie doing in a ration? And then one of you guys is actually on here now told me it was for possibly putting the trash in the bag, and it was something so simple as that I didn't even think of. Like, oh, that makes sense actually. So, yeah, that's probably what it was probably used for. I'm almost positive that's what it was. But I appreciate you guys' kind comments and everything, and I hope you keep going with this, and I hope you guys, like, subscribe, share all my stuff, and help me get the word out about my channel, because I do want to grow this. I want to do justice to Nathan's channel and guys like him, help support him as well. So if you guys haven't checked out Nathan, please go check him out. because he does some awesome reviews, awesome videos. He's 10 times better at this than me, but he gets some cool stuff. And some of the stuff he gets and he does is just unbelievable. And he's a great guy. I can't thank him enough for helping me out and continuing to help me out and give me some advice and help me grow, because this is actually something that's a lot of fun to do, and I have a passion to do it. So hopefully to grow this a little bit, and I hope you guys like watching the content. But another thing I want to give you guys the option to do, I want you to send me some comments on this video or in the chat here. Send me some comments, and if you got a suggestion for a ration you want to see me review, let me know. And I will try to find that ration if it's findable. If not, I'll be able to track it down at some point. But I will try to get that ration and review it on this channel. I want to see some of the rations you guys want to see me try out. So it may be some rations you've not been able to find, and you want to see and interested in what the contents are. I don't care what it is. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I don't care what it is. If it's a vomit, if it's a old ration from Vietnam, one of the C rations, I'll do my best to track it down if I can, and I'll review it on here. Now, I can't guarantee it'll be edible when I get it, but we'll at least make an attempt for it. So let me know. And in the next upcoming videos I have coming for you guys, I have a mountain of different things back here that I've ordered and I've got to push out and get to you guys. And I'm trying to put out as many videos as I can during the week. Shooting for 3 or more a week, if I can do that. But maple breakfast sausage, I actually have one of those here. I've been meaning to review it, and I will actually do that. I have an American breakfast ration of the maple sausage, and I'm kind of scared about it because it's just weird. I mean, I've never had sausage in a ration, but I do have one, and I actually have 2, and I have 2 different ones, and I'm gonna try it out. So I can definitely do that. I'll be putting that up hopefully in the next week or so. So stand by, and I'll throw it on here. But upcoming, I do have a few rations I need to push out. I'll go ahead and tell you I have a British 24-hour ration I've ordered from MRE Zone, and I will have it actually on the channel hopefully tomorrow. I may actually sit down and do that tomorrow, and I actually may make another live stream out of that. And hopefully this isn't lagging too bad. If this is not lagging too bad, then we may do a live stream with it. And I'll be sure to let you guys know when that would be. I actually have another box of something a lot different that I don't want to give it away because it's just a little bit too cool. And I got this sent to me, and it's not really a ration, but it's more or less a lot of components to rations. It's a lot of main courses. And these main courses are fairly new. And I want to try these out live here for you guys. I don't know. I may make a video for it and edit it out and give it to you like that. But I'm going to try to do as many live streams as I can too, because you can guys, if you can't make them, well, you can always go back and view them just like regular videos. But I do like doing stuff live because it gives you guys a chance to actually come on here and let me talk with you. And I have found out from, this being my second live stream, that's a cool element to it, and I really enjoy that because I get to interact with you guys a little bit more. So I will try that out, and we'll try to do that live. The British 24-hour ration, I can almost promise you I'm going to do live because it's just so large. And we'll get that on here to you and try it out. And I'm interested to try it out because I've always wanted to try one of the British 24-hour rations, and I think it'd be really cool. I just won't be able to eat anything for a couple of days afterwards. But anyway, I can't, as bad as I want to finish this, I can't because I ate a ton of Mexican tonight with my wife, and I can't do it. So I'm probably actually going to put this in the refrigerator against her wishes because I really want to try, eat the rest of this later on this poutine because it is actually very good. And guys, like I said, just I can't thank you enough for supporting me and giving me a chance here to kind of, you know, prove that I can actually do some decent videos. And it's been an uphill battle, but I'm fighting and it's keeping on going. And you know, I wanna try some more stuff. You said you're over in Russia, Foxability. I think you did anyway. And I want to come over and, you know, I hope to get to Russia one day. I've actually got a guy I know. He's Russian. His name is Alexander Ovechkin. He plays for the Washington Capitals in the NHL. I've met him last year through a friend of mine. He's a very famous hockey player here in America right now. He won a Stanley Cup this year, and he's kind of one of the reasons why I kind of got interested in Russian stuff a little bit. And I've actually played with some guys, and when I actually worked in hockey, I worked in hockey for a while too, doing equipment for a team. And I had a friend of mine there that was Russian, and he had a lot of different tastes and stuff. And later on, I hosted the World War II event. Yeah, this one will be saved. You'll be able to watch it later. And I promise you, it'll be saved. But this guy, anyway, he was a Russian friend of mine, played hockey with him a little bit. He played for the team I worked for. And when I played I was a backup player playing semi-pro, so I really didn't get much playing time. But I played, and I play now for USA Hockey and some Florida leagues. And but this guy, I created the World War II event that I called up a bunch of different living historians from all over the country. We've done a big reenactment living history event, and he come down with about 15 other of his friends. He was real interested in Russian World War II history. And when he come down, these guys set up a camp. I mean, this thing looked authentic to the gills of a Russian World War II camp, and I mean, they went all out. And he invited me over for dinner. I've never eaten any traditional Russian cuisine. He said, I'm cooking you dinner. He said, I want you to come over. I want you to taste what I'm cooking. And just have a sit down and eat with us. And they were drinking vodka, and I really don't drink, but you know, I said, okay, sure. I thought it'd be rude to not do that. And as he pulled the lid off the pot of the stuff he was cooking, he had a whole fish in here, a whole catfish, that apparently these guys went somewhere during the day and actually caught. And they threw it in this pot whole without cleaning it, and it was fish soup. And they had some potatoes and carrots cut up in it, but, you know, I had this big fish staring back at me, and this thing was kind of scary. And that's not something I ever want to try again. I tried it at the time. Didn't want him to see me throw it up later, but it was pretty bad. But yeah, anyway, that's that story. But guys, you know, stuff like that, that's you know, there is a fish soup that goes in one of these MREs. Nathan was telling me about it, and I think I may try that out one day when I can get the guts up to actually do it. But if you guys know where I can find that fish soup in the ration, I'm gonna look and also try to find which ration it is. But if you guys know, comment below and let me know what Russian ration that fish soup is actually in. And I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a shot, just because I tasted that stuff and it just has got me interested to taste this. But you know, it's cool whenever you have, you know, these rations and you get to taste different tastes from all over the world. So anyway, I've been rambling, I think, a little bit too long, and I'm getting tired, and it's getting late. I'm sure you guys are ready to go to bed. But thank you guys for tuning in to this live stream of this Canadian Poutine ration review. This thing was excellent. If you missed the live stream, you can always go back later and watch it. I'm going to leave it up for you guys because it is a ration review, and I want you to be able to see it. Only 4:31 a.m. there. Oh my God, that's way too early. So it's the weekend, dude. What are you doing? But it's only 10:30 here right now, Central Time where I'm at. But thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the kind comments, and I hope you guys keep tuning into my videos. And big shout out to Nathan's MRE. Can't thank him enough for the support he's given me and for the tips he's been giving me and just kind of taking me up under his wing a little bit and showing me some things and how to do some things and, you know, what not to do and what I could do better. So, yeah, the clock is the enemy, and sleep is also the enemy because, you know, I always want to sleep when I don't need to. And I never get to sleep. So that's the other downfall. But guys, I will let you go. I will end this live stream here. With this, I want to tell you, God bless. Thank you so much for tuning in and commenting and chatting with me. And I wanted to give you guys a heads up what's coming up in the next few videos. I'm gonna try to do as many videos as I can during the week for you guys. This next week, at the end of the week, I may lag a little bit. I've got to take a trip down to South Florida, to Miami. So next weekend, I may not be able to put up anything, but I'm gonna have more stuff coming out this week and may have something actually pushing out tomorrow too. 3 videos in 3 days, yeah, I think we could probably swing that. But if you missed it last night, done the Lithuanian, the night before, well, actually 4 days, I guess. The night before, we done a Chinese. And tonight we have the Canadian. Tomorrow, we will probably more than likely have the British 24-hour ration. So hopefully we can get that out to you guys. And then after that, I've got a big box of different things that I've been sent that I want to try out live for you guys. There's a bunch of different main courses. They're fairly new. And a lot of people have never seen these. So I want to try those out for you guys as well. But leave comments. Let me know what types of rations you would like me to try. And of course, I'm going to try some that I kind of want to try too. But anything you guys want me to try, I'm willing to do it, want to do it for you. So just leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to find that ration and actually try it for you guys. And I'll actually mention you on the video and put your name up so they know who actually referred that ration to me. And the video basically be, you know, going to you. So we'll do that. That'd be a cool thing to do, is let you guys actually tell me what you would like me to do. So, and of course I'm gonna do some things I want to do too, of course, like this poutine. I just couldn't turn this one down. So this poutine ration, again, gets 2 thumbs up. You've got to try this stuff. Go check it out at MRE Zone. That's where I got this one. Excuse me. They've got more the last time I checked, so go pick you up one. Try it out for yourself. And I know a lot of people were saying they wanted to try this. It's definitely worth it. It's very good. It's one of the best rations I've had. And I definitely will probably be buying another one of these, if not a few. So, yeah, go check MRE Zone out, get your own, and I hope you enjoy it. And I hope you've enjoyed these videos that I've been doing, and I hope you enjoyed this live stream. And guys, please comment, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. So please keep an eye out for it. May do another live stream with it. I'll give you a heads up if I do. Until then, good night, guys. God bless, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for all the support, and I look forward to seeing you more. See you later.